risk management. Most of the sukuk structures, it will be coupled together with all the risk management tools. Okay, this is known as tahawud or hedging instrument. Derivatives in Islamic context is very controversial, especially Islamic finance. That's why the scholars in Middle East, they change the word derivatives to hedging instruments. Okay, they come up with a standard document, tahawud document, IIFM. But we know that it's derivative instrument. Because what is derivative? It's the asset price or the asset value derived from other assets. Derived itself from other portfolio of assets. So it's a derivative. But why it is known as hedging? Because it is not meant for excessive speculation. Okay? Earlier in the morning, it was a question. What is the difference between gambling, which is acceptable, and speculation, which is not acceptable? I remember the wording by Ibn Taymiyyah. Okay? He mentioned about the definition of permissible and prohibited risk. And prohibited risk, according to him, is the risk associated with what he called as mal, aklul mal bil batil. Okay, you are consuming wealth in an unjust manner. Okay, meaning that when we talk about batil, it's through a contract which is not acceptable. Okay, due to the non-existence of the asset, for example. So when we talk about speculation, if it derives from a genuine contract, meaning that there is a real transfer of ownership. For example, if I were to buy a property in London today, with the expectation that the price of the property will goes up, and I enter into a genuine contract, I buy the property today, I pay the price, either through a cash or through a deferred payment. I own it. Okay, it's very clear. I take the ownership of the asset. And if the price goes up and I sell it, there is pure speculation. But this speculation is nothing to do with gambling, because it comes from a genuine contract, which is not under the purview of aklul mal bil batil, or consumption of wealth through an unjust manner. Okay, this is very important. That's why when we talk about risk management, it relates to the issue of sukuk as well, because most of the structure have this component of hedging instrument. IPRS, for example, or ICCS, Islamic cross-currency swap. Okay, whenever you structure your sukuk, normally the arranger will also have this facility, just to facilitate the various investors, especially coming from different jurisdictions or different countries, to manage their risks pertaining to the currency fluctuation. Because in ICCS, okay, Islamic cross-currency swap, there will be two types of risk. The risk in the beginning, as well as the risk during the tenure of the sukuk, as well as during the maturity. Okay, in the beginning, the price is fixed, no problem. But during the maturity, at the maturity, the price that you have will be different because of the market value. That's one thing. But secondly, when you want to convert back to your own currency, okay, definitely, okay, the price may fluctuate at that time. To hedge against those risks. Not only that, you also face the risk of currency risk when you earn the coupon payment every quarter. Okay, this is also, that's why most of the time the sukuk is packaged with all this ICCS, okay, Islamic profit rate swap. It depends on the nature. Okay.